Hey, hello everyone. Good morning. Can anyone confirm audible or not? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Right about this course, it's like a full stack UI. As part of this course, okay, it's like duration is like 4 months. As part of this course, we are going to cover like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React or Angular or Vue. You can choose it. Okay, let me share my screen so that you can understand what content we are going to deliver as part of this course. Okay, let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Can anyone confirm, please? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep. If you go to the schedule, full stack UI, this is our content. Okay. Now the total duration is like 120 days. Okay. Here first we are going to cover like HTML. Okay. These are the basic stuff. Okay. Why we go for HTML? Okay. Just you can go through this one. You can come to know at the same time each and every topic we are going to discuss. Don't worry about that one. Okay. First HTML we are going to cover, and then CSS. In the HTML itself, we are going to cover HTML5 also, and CSS, we are going to cover like CSS3 also. The next one is like one of the responsive web designing framework. It's like a bootstrap we are going to cover. Okay, HTML5 and CSS3. And the next one is like JavaScript. In JavaScript, these many topics we are going to cover. Okay, and once JavaScript is done up to here completed, now you can choose any one of this one. Either you are interested with React, you can choose React. Okay, React faculty. Okay, one guy is going to take like React. Okay, if you choose like an Angular, another person is going to take like an Angular. Okay, or if you are interested with Vue, you can join with Vue. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, one of the course you can choose. Okay, based on your interest, either you can go with the React or Angular or Vue. Okay, these topics are common for these three. Okay, so HTML, CSS, and JavaScript up to here common for all. Whenever up to here we completed, you can choose either React or Angular or Vue. And this is our React full content. Okay, if you observe here, why do we go for React? All this stuff. This is our React content. And the next one is like this is our Angular content. Okay, the next one is like this is our Vue content. Okay, and these are the common things. Okay, if you write any application, if you develop any application, you have to write the tests. Okay, either with an like Angular application or React application or any application. Write the tests, it's common for all. Write the automation tests. Okay, this is common for all. And once you develop an application, that application you have to deploy, so that okay, application deployment in the version, this is common for all. And version control we are going to cover like a Git, how to use Git, that is also we discuss. And backend application also common for all. And the database we are going to cover like a MongoDB as part of these sessions. And the data visualization charts. Okay, bar chart, okay, pie chart, this kind of charts we are going to discuss. And end-to-end application, one of the application we are going to discuss like a DML operations, login, insert, update, delete, retrieve. Okay, one end-to-end application we are going to cover in this application. Client is like a React, okay, or Angular or Vue. Any one of these one you can choose. And the server application is like a node application, and MongoDB is our database. Okay, so another application also end-to-end application only we are going to discuss. And the client application is like a GraphQL, and the server application is like okay, node with GraphQL, and MongoDB is my database. And the JWT token, okay, how to manage the tokens we are going to discuss. So this is our overall content. Okay, so first we are going to start with HTML, and then CSS, and then HTML5, and then CSS3, and in between we are going to cover the bootstrap, and then we are going to cover like a JavaScript, and then we are going to cover like a JavaScript. And then any one of this one you can choose either React or Angular or Vue. Different faculties are going to okay, teach okay, React or Angular or Vue, HTML like that. But we are going to assign the faculty. Don't worry about that one. Okay. Now once it is done, these are the things are like common again. Understood, everyone? This is our overall content. Okay. Now I want to give one simple scenario. Okay, where exactly this particular UI technology is helpful to us in our software industry. Okay, now let's take one simple scenario. Everyone knows that scenario, but internally, okay, how it is going to work, I want to show you. Just you can go with the paint. Now come here. Okay, you can take one simple scenario. For example, in Amazon, just I want to buy one product. In Amazon, just I want to buy one product. That is my requirement. Okay, in general, how we can. In Amazon, just I want to buy one product. Okay, what you are going to do? First, come on. First, you open the browser, right? Yes or no? Or you open the app. Okay, let's think. Okay, I don't have mobile, just I want to go with the browser only. In the browser, okay, first open the browser, and then immediately what we are going to do? And then immediately what we are going to do? Come on.
Search.
Okay, just here we are going to write like what we are going to do here. Just we are going to type something, right? www Amazon Amazon.in. Like this we are going to type or not? Okay, whatever you type this text, can anyone tell me terminology wise what we can say? This name, what we
Address
can say?
bar.
This name,
Address bar.
okay, address, okay. Terminology wise, it's called as a domain name or not? Yes or no? It's like a URL or address, whatever it is. Okay, terminology wise, we can say like a domain name or not. www.amazon.in. Okay, now tell me, for example, on your name, if you want to create one website. Okay, for example, okay, my name is like VTS. On my name, I want to create one website. First thing is what you have to do. Okay, you have to develop website. That is one part. You have to publish that website with some address or with some domain name or not. Yes, no. Come on. Okay, so this domain name you have to purchase. Okay, how we can purchase the domain name? Okay, let's go to there has multiple okay service providers are there. One of the service provider is like a GoDaddy. Just go here, see this, type the domain what you want. Okay, for example, my domain name is like okay VTS dot. For example, just check for this. Okay, next search for the domain. Now you can see okay the domain and you can purchase if you want. Just handling the process. Okay. Now once you have the domain, the next step what we are going to do is it. Now come here, go to page back. Okay, this is called as a domain. Okay, I purchased a domain. The domain is with me. Okay, think like that. Now I want to purchase one product, right? What you are going to do here? Next step is what? Come on, come on. Next step is what? What we are going to do here? Come on. You are going to search the product or not? Search the product. Yes or no? Take one simple scenario. Search the product. Okay. Now come here. Come here. You enter the product name. Now whenever you search, for example, Lenovo laptop, then the time the Lenovo laptops are visible here or not? Yes or no? Come on. Everyone used this e-commerce websites, right? Yes or no? Okay, now my question is
Yes.
simple straight question. Whenever you enter the Lenovo products here, this data is displayed, right? Okay, from where the data is coming? Is this data is in my local machine? In my computer, this data is there? No, right? No, right? Okay, somewhere the data they stored or not. From there, I have to get it. Not only Lenovo laptops, any data you can get it and display in my browser or not. So where my Amazon people store all the products data? That is the question or not? Can anyone tell me in our software application, the data if you want to store, where we are going to store? Okay, if you want to store the data in our software applications development, okay, if you want to store the data, most of the times we are going to use like a databases or not. Tell me some storages. Very simple, right? In your computer only there has storage is there. In the file, you can store some data or not. In the hard disk also one kind of storage only or not. Same like this, if you want to store some data in our software application, we are going to use like a databases or not. So in my database, all the products are there. All the products we have. Understood? Okay, now tell me, whenever you enter some text here, okay, you have to get the data from where? Whenever you enter some text like Lenovo laptop, okay, if you click on the submit button, okay, you have to get the data from where to where? You have to get the data from where to where? Come on. You have to get the data from my database to my browser or not? Yes or no? Come on. From my database to browser. Then only, right? I can see the products. Yes, no? Agreed
Yes,
with
sir.
all? Okay. Agreed with me? Okay, then. Now my question is very simple. This Amazon.in is my domain name. Where you open this domain? Come on. Where you open this domain? In the browser, right? Yes or no? In the browser or not? There has multiple browsers are there like Chrome. Okay. There has multiple browsers are there like Chrome. Okay. Edge. Okay, most of the times we are going to use this. Okay, Safari, Opera, like this, multiple browsers are there. Okay, most of the times we are going to use in our application development either Chrome or Edge. So in my browser, I open this particular domain. I opened this particular domain. Based on this particular domain, some content loaded or not. Some content loaded or not. So if you want to load this content, somebody has to develop, right? Okay, my content should be full like this. My content should be in this particular format. Somebody has to develop that content or not. That content is not common for each and every domain name, right? That content is not common for each and every domain name or not. Yes or no? Tell me. The content is not common for each and every domain name or not. Yes or no? Okay, if my domain name is something GoDaddy, then the time this is my content or not. This is my content or not. My domain name is like something else, the content is going to change or not. Yes or no? No, see, vts.com domain name. The vts.com domain name, if you want, okay, you can purchase the domain with this amount. Okay, if you want. Okay, for example, if you want to go with the Google. Okay, google.com is my domain name. Whenever you open this domain, now see this content is loaded or not? Yes or no? In the browser. Okay, so this content somebody has to develop it, right? Who is going to develop it? Okay, my Google people has to develop or not? Yes or no? The content which is loaded inside the browser. See this. This is the content where it is loaded inside the browser or not. The content, okay, listen carefully. The content which is loaded inside the browser, you have to develop that content, right? For this particular domain. Okay. The content which is loaded inside the browser, I need to develop using some technologies. Okay. Which technologies we are going to use to load the content which is loaded inside the browser means terminology wise, the technologies we can say like a client side technologies. Terminology wise, what we can say? We can say like a client side technologies or not. So this is common for all. Whenever I open the browser, in the browser, I open one domain, one address. Okay, whenever I open the domain name, okay, some content loaded. That content somebody has to develop. The format should be like this. Okay, the format should be okay like this, and my format should be like what I can say. This is the color. Okay, the look and feel should be like this. You have to develop that one or not. So how we can develop means the content which is loaded inside the browser, that content we developed by using client side technologies. Okay, now you can ask a question. You said like client side technologies. Tell me some client side technologies. Okay, you said like simply client side technologies. Which technologies come under, which software technologies come under client side technologies? That is the question or not? So the technologies are like HTML and CSS and JavaScript on top of libraries like React, Angular, Vue, all come under client side technologies or not. Understood everyone? Okay, tell me some client side technologies. Okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. On top of JavaScript, what we have? Okay, we have React, we have Angular, we have Vue. These are the libraries or frameworks. Understood, everyone? Okay, now two questions. Why we go for client-side technologies? Very simple answer. Client-side technologies are used for what? To prepare some content which is loaded inside the browser or not. See, okay, this is my content loaded where? Inside the browser. By using client-side technologies, we can develop this content which can load inside the browser. So by using client-side technologies, what we can do? We can prepare some content. We can prepare some content, okay, which can load inside the browser. That kind of, okay, which technology we are going to use to prepare that kind of content? Client-side technologies we are going to use or not? Tell me some client-side technologies, what you know. Tell me some client-side technologies, what you know. If anybody asks the question, what you can say? Which technologies come under client-side technologies? HTML,
HTML,
CSS,
CSS,
and Java.
JavaScript.
All are like client-side technologies. On top of JavaScript, we have some libraries, frameworks are there, right? What are those? React, Angular, or Vue. These all are. Okay, now my question is very simple, straight question. Okay. There has a post I saw in the Naukri. We need a client-side developer. We need a client-side developer. Then what do you think? Which technologies you should know to apply for that particular post? Come on. If you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, either React or Angular or Vue, any one of this library or framework, if you know, then that time you can become like a client-side developer or not. In the industry, you can become like a what? Client-side developer. Understood? Got my point?
Yes, sir.
No HTML, CSS, JavaScript, any one of this one, if you know, okay, you can apply for the post like a client-side developer or not. Okay, okay then. Now there has one more role also there, client-side designer. Okay, designer and developer. Okay, anyone knows designer and developer? The difference? Very simple. See, that design is nothing but always look and feel. See this, okay, it should be like this, it should be like this, the color should be like this, the content should be in the left side. Okay, like only look and feel. Who handle that guy, we can say like a designer. Developer, what he is going to handle, okay, he is going to perform some actions also. If I click on this one, okay, now it should navigate to Gmail. If I click on this one, now it's navigate to images. This kind of actions, who is going to handle? Okay, the developer is going to handle. So if you know only HTML and CSS, okay, that means only HTML and CSS, you don't know JavaScript and their libraries, then you can apply for the post like a designer, client side. Okay, client side only, but you are like a designer. If you know HTML, CSS, yes, I can, okay, make it like look and feel. And I can perform some operations also. Whenever I enter Lenovo, if I click on the submit, I can perform some operations also. That kind of requirement, okay, that kind of requirement is there. Okay, by using JavaScript and React, if you are able to handle, then that time you can apply for the post is like a client-side developer. Two things. You know HTML, CSS, your role is like a designer only. If you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript also, okay, you can perform some operation, not only create the form. On the form, you can perform some actions also. Okay, now you can become like a client-side developer or. Understood, everyone? Role, what is client-side technologies, which technologies come under client-side technologies? If you know this one, what kind of role you are going to place in future? Understood or not? Agreed, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay then.
Yes, sir.
Now HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React or Angular and Vue. Okay, these things I know. I am like a client-side developer. So I developed this stuff. Whenever you click on the Lenovo, okay, you enter Lenovo and click on the submit button, you need the products or not? Where my products are? Tell me, where my products? All my products, Amazon people, where they stored? In the.
Database.
Database.
So whenever you click on the submit button, my browser has to communicate with whom? My browser has to communicate with whom? Database, and get the data from the database and show that data to the end user. End user is nothing but I am the person connect with the browser. Okay, that person you can say like a terminology was end user. Okay, now my browser has to connect with whom to get the products at the time of clicking on the submit button.
Database.
Database, and get the data from the database and displayed where? Displayed where? In the
Browser.
browser or not? Okay, this is the thing should happen. But the problem here, what that has one drawback is there to my browser. Okay, in my browser, which technologies are loaded? Client side technologies are loaded. My client side technologies has one drawback. What Okay, drawback not. Okay, not having the future. What my client side technology is not able to communicate with the database directly. Now tell me, for example, if you want to talk with me, okay, you don't have my contact number, you are not able to contact. Okay, I'm not the person to allow you to directly contact with me. Then the time your requirement, you should have to talk with me. Then what is your approach? Come on, what is your approach? You can find some common friend, right? Through that guy, you can communicate with that guy. That guy is going to communicate with me or not? Yes, no. Simple thing. Okay, same thing is happening. My client side technologies, which are loaded inside the browser, not able to communicate with the database. That is the future. That future is not there. Then that time you want me to leave it. If you leave this one, then what happened? If you leave this one, then what happened? Okay, this particular content is not visible to the end user. You should not leave like this. You should have to do what? You should have to find some solution or not. Hey, okay, I'm not able to, I'm a browser. I'm not able to communicate with this guy directly. Okay, the future is not there. So can we try it? Okay, can we approach some other person who is going to talk with this person? Yes or no? That is only the truth or got my point. So that person is what in between that has some other person come into the picture. Who is that guy? Can you guess? There has some other person come into the picture. Who is that guy? Okay, now this person we can say like a browser terminal device, we can say like a client. My browser is always we can say like a client. My browser you can say always like what client. Now here, okay, there has some other person with the picture. Who is the guy? The server application come into the picture. My server application. Okay, you can tell what kind of operation it is going to perform by seeing this one. Come on, in your own words, don't think more. Anyone? By seeing this diagram, okay, what you can understand? My server application is acting like, in this case, my server application is acting like my client and database or not? Yes or no? Come on, my client is nothing but
Yes.
browser. Okay, now my client communicate with whom? Come on, my client communicate with whom?
Server.
Database or server application?
Server application.
Server application. Now my server application is going to communicate with whom?
Database.
Communicate with database and get the data from the database and give it back to whom? Get the data from the database, give it back to whom?
Client.
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 The client is going to display in the browser or not? Yes or no? So that, see the entire flow. The client application, if you want to develop, we have the client side technologies are there. Client is nothing but a browser. In the browser, some content loaded. That content we can develop using client side technologies. Client side technologies are like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. On top of this one, React, Angular, Vue, like that we have. Okay, now client application I'm able to develop. I know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React very well. Now server application has to develop or not to perform some operation. If you not develop, then the time it's like what? It's like what? Half completed but remaining. Okay, it's not provide the service or not. Now this is the time to develop what? Server side application or not. Now tell me the server side application, how we can develop client side application we can develop by using what? These technologies, right? Server side application also we can develop by using some server side technologies. Can anyone tell me the server side technologies what you know? Okay, there has multiple server-side technologies are there. Java, .NET, the next one, PHP, the next one, Salesforce, the next one, Node.js, the next one, Python. Okay, like this, multiple server-side technologies are there to develop a server-side application or not. See how we have React, Angular, Vue, like this different libraries or frameworks are there to create a client application. There has multiple server-side technologies are there to create the server-side application or not. Yes or no? Come on. Understood everyone?
Yes.
Okay, now tell me, come to our course now. In our course, to develop the client-side technologies, okay, we are going to teach what? Okay, to develop the client-side application. What we are going to teach from tomorrow onwards? We are going to teach HTML. Come on. We are going to teach HTML and then CSS and then JavaScript. Any one of these one, you can choose it. So if you know this stuff, you can complete what? Client-side application development. Now, if you want to develop the server-side application, in our class, we are going to discuss one of the technology. What is that one? Come on, what is the server-side technology we are going to discuss in our sessions? Node.js. Okay, this node with Express we are going to discuss to create a server-side application. My server-side application communicate with whom? Come on, my server-side application communicate with whom?
Database.
Database. Tell me some databases. What do you know?
SQL, MySQL,
Yeah,
Oracle.
server is there. Okay, MySQL is there. Okay, MongoDB is there. Cassandra is there. DB2 is there. Like this, multiple databases are there. As part of our course, we are going to discuss about one of the database called as, come on, MongoDB is our database. Now you got some idea, right? What we are going to cover, what we are going to learn as part of these sessions. We are going to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript with React or Angular or Vue. By using that one, I can develop the client-side application. We are going to learn one of the server-side technology called as the node. By using that one, I can create a server-side application. To store the data, perform the operations on the database. One database we are going to learn that is called as a MongoDB is my database. These things we are going to learn as part of our course. Okay, if you know all this stuff, you can create one simple end-to-end application like this e-commerce website or whatever it is you can develop or not. Yes or no? Now tell me, whenever I enter Lenovo, if I click on the submit button, now my client is going to communicate with whom? My client is going to communicate
Server
with
application.
server application. My
Server
server
application.
application communicate with whom? Database. And get
Database.
data and give the data to whom? Client or not. Client communicate with the server. For example, think I am the server application, you are the client application. You ask something to me or not. Hey, can you get the products from the database? Like this, you are asking to me or not. You are requesting something to me or not. So client communicate with the server, I can say terminology wise, what? Request. My server give the response to whom? Based on the request, client, right?
Client.
My server communicate with the client application. We can say terminology wise, what we can say? Response or not. Understood? Okay, now tell me the entire flow, it is like a client and server communication application or not? Yes or no? It is a kind of client and server communication application. Can anyone tell me my client is always running where? Where my client application is going to run? Come on, where my client application is going to run? In the browser, right? In the browser or not? That kind of applications, terminology wise, we can say like what? Web applications or not. Understood? Okay, now I'm going to ask some questions. You know only HTML and CSS. Your role is what?
Designer.
Designer. Okay, you are like a client-side designer. You know HTML, CSS, JavaScript with React or Angular. Then the time you can apply for the post is what?
Client side developer.
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 Developer. You know HTML, CSS, JavaScript as well as React also with Node. Okay, you have an idea on the Node. Who has the backend application developer? Okay, has an idea on the Node. Obviously, he should have an idea on the one of the database. Now this time, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and Node with MongoDB. Then the time your role is what? You are a
ABAP.
Marin stack engineer. Okay, Marin stack engineer. M for Mongo. Okay, E for Express with Node. E and N is there, right? Express. R for React. N for Node environment. A Marin stack engineer or not? Understood or not? Okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript with Angular and Node. Now you can apply for the post is like what? Mean stack engineer. Mongo, Node with Express, and Angular or not. Understood? Got my point? Now HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React with Java or .NET. Then the time you are like a full stack engineer. Do you know this role? You are like a full stack engineer or not? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and Java or .NET or Python. If most of the times these three, they consider like a full stack engineer. Whenever you are like a full stack engineer, they are expecting some knowledge as well in the database. Obviously, who worked on the server side application, he has the knowledge on the database, and they are expecting some stuff is like a DevOps stuff. DevOps. Okay, how to deploy the code, Jenkins pipelines, how to create this stuff also they are going to expect. Understood, right? The overall thing. What you have to learn. If you learn something, okay, what is your role in the industry? Agreed?
Yes.
Any questions, anyone? So, as part of our course, we are going to discuss, we are going to cover, you are become like a man stack or mean stack or view. Okay, this one is not there, but just I'm writing like a view also. Okay, now? You got some idea why this course? Okay, so go through that content, go to VTS school and go to the schedule and check this content. Okay. And if you have any questions, just you can let us know. VTS school. Now go to the schedule. Okay, here just you can go to view content. View content. Okay, so tomorrow onwards, they're going to start like HTML. Okay. Very simple. HTML and CSS is not a big deal. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow onwards, they are going to start like HTML. Okay. It's like hardly take like 1 week. Okay. After that, okay, there has one more person is going to take like CSS like this. Okay. They are going to take. So any questions, anyone? Okay. You can join with the same link. Okay. Tomorrow we'll continue. But this is like a kind of demo what we are going to cover. Okay. Tomorrow onwards, we are going to start like our actual session starts with HTML. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. Okay, if you have,
Thank you, sir.
okay, just you can drop a message. I hope you got a mails. Okay, the contact number and everything you can find it. Just you can drop a mail if you need the video, today's video or something. Just you can drop a mail. Any questions? Anyone regarding this content, whatever it is? You can unmute and talk. Feel free. No issues. Hmm? Anyone? No? Oh, then thank you guys. Thanks for joining.